Day 173 of 3D modeling and printing every day for 365 days straight. Today I want to make one of those 3D circular mazes where the cap has a peg that has to follow the path of the maze. It's a fun gift and a good pastime, plus you can hide your cash in it. Anyways, the rest of this video is going to be a tutorial, so if you want to make one yourself, you can do so. I started off with a 30mm diameter cylinder that was 70mm tall. Then on a tangent plane, I made a rectangle where the width was the circumference of the cylinder, or pi times 30. Within the rectangle, I drew the main path of the answer of the maze. I used multiples of 7 for 3mm of path width and 2mm on each side for walls. When you're done, select the path and use the offset tool to make the path 1.5mm on each side. Then we need to emboss the surface of the cylinder with these two paths selected. I use the depth of 1.5 and cut into it. Next, we need to add misleading paths to make it a good maze. Create a new sketch on the same plane we had and make the same rectangle as before. Using the projection tool, select all the points at the edges on the main path. Next, from these points, make some misleading paths that fill up the space on the rectangle. Again, you can use multiples of 7. When you're done, it'll look pretty messy, so you can turn off the first sketch we made to see it a little bit better. Offset all these misleading paths by 1.5 and cap the ends. Again, now we're going to emboss the face of the cylinder by selecting all the misleading paths as the sketch profiles. Again, cut by 1.5mm and click OK. Now the hard part is done and it's finally taking shape. We're going to give the bottom a hexagonal base with a side length of 22. Extrude it down by 15. Then it's a pretty good idea to add a triangle to indicate where the start of the maze is. I also recommend adding chamfers to it as well. Then on the top surface of the cylinder, draw a circle. Extrude it down, and this is going to be the cavity where we put dollar bills in. To make it so supports aren't needed, select the outer faces of the cylinder and add a chamfer of 1mm. And now your base is done. You just need a cover that has a peg in it. On the starting track of the maze, make a square that's slightly smaller than the track. Extrude it by about 5mm and create a new body. Now to make the cover, sketch on top of the hexagon and extrude it up to create a new body. You can now use the combine tool to combine the peg and the cover. And now you're done. You've got your custom 3D maze that you can hide dollar bills in and you can give to your friends. If you have any more questions, let me know in the comments below, and as always, stick around for day 174.